friends, I'm Dr. Carol. We are all living in a time of enormous stress. Anxiety, fear, all the physical things that you experience as a result of anxiety, all the swirling in your mind. One of the things we know about human beings is that when we are alone, anxiety and fear and stress become so much bigger. We are not wired to thrive on our own. God created you and me to live and grow and thrive in community. We need connection with others. You know this if you pay attention to the world around you. Think of what we know about the 12-step programs. AA and the other related programs that have grown out of that. A huge part of why those programs make such an enormous positive benefit for people is the connection with others. Hearing others in the group settings as people share, the connection one-on-one with a sponsor, that kind of human connection is so important. When we are looking around our world, recently we've been observing the war between Russia and Ukraine. The Ukrainian people have stepped up to push back the Russians who have invaded their country. We have all been amazed at how they have been able to do that. And there is no other way they could have done that except by connecting together. Everybody, men, women, young and old, coming together to go after this common cause. That ability to connect with others has so far made such an enormous difference in what they have been able to do in preserving their country. In our legal penal system, perhaps the worst punishment that can be given to someone is solitary confinement. We have known some studies neurobiologically of what happens to a human body and brain when they are without connection with others. It is an enormous cruelty. The COVID-19 pandemic that we've been living through for the last couple of years, a big part of why that has added so much stress to people was the separation, the isolation comparatively. Of course, that is less so today than it was in the early months of the pandemic, but that factor raised an enormous amount of mental struggle, mental illness, feelings of stress and anxiety, and all the related complications of there. We know when people are doing a project together, a team at work, or a sports team, or whatever, the results are not simply the addition of all the separate elements each individual on that team brings. It's much more multiplicative or even exponential. It's the coming together of people that make a difference. Those are just some examples on the positive and negative impacts of connection versus isolation, and how hard our bodies and brains respond to not being connected. In your experience of stress, in your fear and anxiety, one of the very most important places to invest whatever energy you do have is to connect with others. That may seem very hard to do. It may seem like you just want to curl your figurative tail around your nose and hide. But the place where you will find the strength and encouragement to go on and the different perspectives is with connecting with others. I know that's hard. I am not naturally a person who connects. I have to be intentional. I have to put forth the effort to reach out, to call somebody, to get together or go to a small group or whatever. Now, some people, that's less of a problem, just naturally with your personality. But if you are struggling with anxiety, if you find yourself always worried or afraid, one of the best places to put your energy is connecting with other people. Now, not just anybody, because there are people who drag you down by being in their presence. So think of the acquaintances you do have, the acquaintances you know, and think of who might be safe. Even if they're not super close to you, they're within your sphere of acquaintances and they might be okay. Then one by one, reach out and either call or meet for coffee or over lunch or at the gym or track or whatever, and just say something like, I'm having some challenges in life, and I want to invest in growing and becoming the person God wants me to be. And in doing that, I'm really putting some effort to connecting with other people who are wanting to do the same. I'm wondering if you might be one of my people, and see how they respond. If they respond positively and it's kind of like they figuratively or literally lean forward, oh, that sounds interesting. What's going on? You share a little bit of what's going on with you and just see if they continue to lean in. That might be one of your people. Also, connecting. Think of those who need something you have to give. There are always people in worse trouble than you are. One of the best ways to lift your spirits is to reach out for the purpose of benefiting that person. A listening ear, some time, maybe some practical help or whatever. So reach out both in the ways of wanting to connect for your own soul nourishment and reach out in the way of helping others. Those are some of the best places to find the strength to overcome your stress, to defeat your fear and anxiety. I have a number of other keys, tools that will help you do that as well. We have a new resource, Defeat Your Fear and Anxiety, online digital course, and I would love to invite you to come be a part. DefeatYourFear.com. There you'll find the links of where you can find out a little bit more about the course. There's online videos that you can watch, downloadable worksheets, and if you get this right away, there's ways where you can connect with me and others walking you through this material as we first release it. I invite you to come to DefeatYourFear.com and join me in the Defeat Your Fear and Anxiety course. I'd love to see you there. And God bless you.